Thanks for joining us today, Chris. First thing I want to catch up on is how are you getting on and how are you keeping safe right now?
Yeah, it's a bit tedious, isn't it? You get up in the morning and think, what am I going to do today? I've got two kids keeping me entertained. We've rediscovered the Frisbee. So that's a daily occurrence now with my 3-year-old. And I'm trying to get a bit of work done, every now and again, but it's finding the motivation. So just, things, I think all instructors have, had the stuff that they've planned to do for ages and never had time. We've now got all the time and haven't got the motivation. But yeah, just trying to get a few bits done, keep in touch with people. And I started a Facebook page for driving instructor information to put that information out there for people. So I've had quite a few people getting in touch, asking questions. So I've been doing a lot of that. So it's keeping me busy, but it's still tedious.
Regarding your business, how has coronavirus affected?
Everything's ground to a halt. We haven't got any key workers that are being taught. So all of myself and the instructors that work with me, we've shut the doors. I've got my business partner still doing. He does speed awareness stuff, so he's still doing some bits on that side. Outside of that none of us are working, and we're just waiting to see what comes next. And I think the biggest challenge is going to be, when is the end? Because just because they say we can go outside doesn't necessarily mean that we want to be teaching people one-to-one in a car environment.
Exactly, yeah. How are you being supported by the government at this point?
Universal credit, I was lucky. I got in a couple of days before a lot of people, so I didn't have the 50,000 queues. I've been speaking to a lot of instructors that are struggling just to get through. Universal credit system be paying out end of this month, and then we're all waiting on the self-employed figure to come through from the HMRC. So they're saying June for that one. The rest of it is just, nice thing. We're not going out so often, so we're not spending as much money. And I was lucky. My car lease comes to an end next. I'm just about to make the final payment on it. So I'm going to be a driving instructor without a car for a little bit. So I've had phone calls coming in of people saying, are you still doing lessons? Can we do lessons? And they've said they'll wait for me. Promise of work on the other end. All my pupils have been put on pause, but they've been brilliant about it. A few of them still confused as to why we can't go out.
How do you feel the guidance from the DVS has been, and where do you think it can improve?
They've been very good at saying what examiners need to do. It was a case of stopping tests because it wasn't deemed safe for examiners to proceed. For instructors, they've answered a few questions of how we interact with them, but there hasn't been guidance. They've waited for the associations to put that out. It would have been nice to have had a public face. So therefore, I set up a page to say, right, the information we are getting, let's put it out there so that people know where they can go and find it. But the government aren't saying, as a driving instructor, you can do this or can't do this. Especially with a key worker, they're saying, no, you can't, but it's okay if they're a key worker. That's a very grey line. And for someone who needs money coming in, and we know that instructors are very hand to mouth with the way that things work. It's that's the industry that we're in.
What advice would you have for ADIs?
I don't think there's a right and a wrong at the moment. I think everyone's got to make their own choices, and it's great to talk to other people about it, but don't judge them. Share your reasonings. Share the information that you have, but don't judge, because we've all got to make our own choices, and everybody's in a different situation. Been supporting some instructors who have been going out and trying to find driving jobs or things like that. And, we managed to get 2 or 3 of the big insurance brokers to allow driving instructors to do delivery service using their current insurance. Everyone's got their own choices to make, and it's important that we allow that. And the other thing is, don't share fake news. There's so much of it, and it's really hard to tell. So question everything. And make sure that you do your homework before you share it. Share the rainbows in the windows or the teddy bears in the windows. Specifically from an ADI perspective, keep in touch with your pupils. You want a business to go back to, so drop them a message and just say, we're waiting on stuff.
That's pretty great. That's great advice, Chris. Thank you. Is there anything else you want to share with the ADI community just now? Feel free to take your time.
There will be light at the end of the tunnel. I don't think the industry is going to be the same. I don't think the world's going to be the same. ADIs are good at doing week by week, possibly even day by day. So that's a skill set we've got. We're also good at taking information in and relaying it to other people. If we can keep that going, we're actually quite strong as a community. So, let's take it as an opportunity to step up and positively fight back. And we can't do that yet, but we can start making plans.
Well said, Chris. Thank you very much. And it's been great chatting to you, and hopefully I get a chance to do this again in the future with you.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. Good to talk to you.
Stay safe.